So we've done as much research as humanly possible on the accents at the time. Obviously, they didn't have any sort of recording devices back then, so all we have to go on are accounts of it, but they don't tend to describe the specifics of the language. We are working with a woman who is a linguistics expert, and so she's trying to help us narrow down the way each of the individual characters sound. We research biographies wherever possible for the historical targets, obviously, to see, well, where did they come from? Did they come over from Britain? Were they born and raised in the US? Some people came from Ireland. So, whenever possible, we use both history and the linguistics expert to try and reconstruct accents from the time. Are we going to be totally 100% accurate? I have no idea. Like, until someone invents a time machine, we'll never be able to.
No one will be.
And even when you get descriptions of accents, it's incredibly complex. Yeah. They'll say, well, they would alternate between something that would eventually evolve into the Virginia dialect, mixed with a bit of, upper class Brit. And it's like,
and when it's that, if we did that and people heard it, they'd be like, what the hell is that? We try to boil it down to what it probably.
It's like striking a balance also, with the way that language was spoken back then. If we were completely and totally 100% accurate, I think people would be both confused and annoyed. So we have to strike a balance between something that rings true, even if it's not 100% accurate. Like, we're going to try and minimize, obviously, as much as possible, like, modern idioms and stuff like that. And we have a historical consultant that will flag things and say, this is anachronistic and this feels really modern. And I've hopefully been doing these period pieces long enough that at least I have some of a sense and of what is and isn't appropriate. But I did learn that, like, what the deuce was totally an expression back then, and it's not just something that Stewie Griffin did. And I've got evidence to prove it. I also learned, oh, this one's fun, you'll have to bleep it out, but no, forget it.
Which one?
Titties. So the historian and I got into a big, he was like, no, you should say teat, and then I went and did all of this etymology research, and in fact, yes, so they totally said the word titty back then.
Take that one to the bank.
The things you learn when you're doing research, it's crazy.